What's going on? This is DQ here, and your host here at the Pop Tarts and Onions here show. And here we are going to review the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. As you can see here, this sexy, beautiful thing that come in this lovely, sexy box here. This is the Pro Controller, retailing now currently at the time of this video at $69.99 with including tax about $74.69. So that's about roughly about 75 bucks for anyone that's looking to get the Pro Controller. And the question that you may be wondering is the Pro Controller really worth it? Being at the fact a hefty price of a $70 controller for a Nintendo product that's not really as powerful as the Xbox and the PS4, is this really something honestly that is worthwhile getting? Well, therefore you're gonna find out as you continue to watch this video, so tune in. The fact of the matter is the Pro Controller is just talking about the features. The Pro Controller is a very slick controller. It feels wonderful in your hands. Oh, I got the sticker there. I just got this the other day. So the Pro Controller is actually very slick. Feels great in your hands when it comes to playing games such as Zelda or Mario Kart in that matter. And just being able to see here, you got the D-pad, which was honestly begging and necessary for anybody that wants to play 2D platformers such as Shovel Knight, many other games that's coming out in the near future, such as Street Fighter, that's going to be essential and needed for a type of game such as that. This is what many of people were looking for when getting the Pro Controller. Being able to see here, it has the snap button here, which you can be able to snap pictures instantly when on your gameplay. Of course, you got the positive, the negative button, and then also the home button here that's right there. Of course, your essential XY A, B buttons there, and of course the extra analog controller. Pretty much in comparison, it's just like the Xbox One controller. Pretty much exactly identically the same. I mean, when many people that see this is like, wow, this looks exactly like the Xbox One controller, and it feels, I would honestly say, roughly better in terms of the fact of the grip. I personally didn't like the grip on this particular Xbox One S controller, which I will be doing a review on as well in comparison to the Pro Controller. But this controller, when it comes to the feel, the grip, and playing extended long-term play style, this is hands down highly recommended in comparison to the Joy-Con, especially for people that have big hands such as myself. It's definitely something that you're going to want to have when you're playing games such as Zelda or Mario Kart in that matter. Also, in the factor is there is a 40-hour charge. So essentially, if you're someone who's playing for long periods of time, and maybe you just forget to charge your controllers like myself, you definitely going to have to not worry about charging anytime soon, because you'll get about 40 hours of gameplay time. So that's roughly about a good week without having to play having to charge your controller. Also has HD rumble. That's a great feature. So of course you get the rumbling and not having to deal with a charge. You don't have to get any batteries like other controllers have for whatever reason. This is 2017. Why do we need to put batteries in our controllers? Also, it has motion control, which is another great feature. Now you can be able to actually play Mario Kart and actually drive without actually touching any of the buttons, which is actually pretty dope. You actually have the two extended buttons back here, the ZR buttons and the LZ buttons, also the L and R buttons as well at top. So it's pretty slick. I mean, for the most part, for the bang for your buck, is it justifiable for $70? Honestly, personally, I would have felt much better if Nintendo would have released this controller at least about $50. I would have been okay with that, only because that's about the average for most controllers. Even, hey, I would even been okay with $60. But because this controller is $70, is it something that you can go out and get? Honestly, if you have big hands and you play for long periods of time, then yes, I do recommend it. When it comes to Mario Kart, absolutely, hands down. I think personally, I love this controller so much, I had to actually get a second one. Only because of the fact my wife, comparatively, when we play Mario Kart, she just loves playing the Pro Controller in comparison to the Joy-Cons. And I said, you know what? Because she was whooping my butt in that game, I'm honestly not that good at Mario Kart. But because she whooping my butt in that game so much, I said I have to play with a Pro Controller. And highly is recommended in the sense of when it comes to comfort. I like the comfortability in this gameplay, only because of the fact when it comes to Nintendo and their Joy-Cons is just not as comfortable with people who have big hands. So if you got the $70 and you want to have something that's comfortable to play with those long period of time of playing games on the Switch, then highly I recommend this controller. It's a great feel. You're definitely going to see the big difference in terms of you playing with the Pro Controller in terms with the other Joy-Cons. I think that it's highly recommended. So if you haven't already tried it, played with it, I say go to your local game store. They probably already have it on display to check it out. Or honestly, get it on Amazon used. Check it out. I think that is just a great way. There are already sellers that's selling this controller used for some reason. I don't know why. But, you know, I think personally it's something that you should definitely get into and check it out in comparison, because it definitely feels great. And also, you know, honestly, there's no other controller that honestly has the motion control. Well, PS4 does. But this controller with the Nintendo brand, I think is just great. Now, just tell me in your comments below. Let me know what you think of the Pro Controller. Is this definitely something worthwhile since you've been using it? Have you been able to find one in that matter? I think now, since Nintendo Switch is releasing more consoles out into the stores, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more. So I think this is something definitely for those of you who are watching to really consider if you're going to be playing games such as Mario Kart or getting Splatoon 2, hands down. You're gonna need this controller. I mean, just shell out the $70. Or, like I said, you know, if you're comfortable with Joy-Cons, keep it. But other than that, I think personally, I give it 2 thumbs up. So, in any case, this is DQ here. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the Pro Controller. I definitely want to hear your comments and also your opinions as well. And as well, this is where awesome people come to watch. Thank you for watching the Pop Tarts and Onions show, and I see you guys in the next video. Peace.